Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh, and today we are talking about one of my favorite products from the Buffalo Trace Distillery, or at least it was one of my favorite products from the Buffalo Trace Distillery.
Has the king fallen?
Well, they dropped the junior off of the label years ago, and it feels like there has been a quality slide in the Stag, formerly known as Junior.
Are you sure that's just not like
bourbon lineup?
A mental thing that you have convinced yourself of?
We're going to find out right here.
What do you know?
This is a product, again, that I have loved. I have actually, one of these bottles is batch 16. For this exact bottle, once upon a time, personally did pay $200 for it. And I've done that a couple times over with some of the batches that I really enjoyed. Later in this video, after the reveal, I'll reveal a personal anecdote, a fun story of the first time that Erin or I ever tried barrel-proof bourbon. But
I don't know if I remember this story.
But right now, we're going to get straight into the tasting. One of these is batch 16 from several years ago. And then one of these is batch 25A, which was the first batch released last year.
In 2025?
In 2025.
Okay. So batch 16 wasn't in 2016?
Correct.
They've changed the naming nomenclature. Okay.
Yeah. So, we loved batch 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
The only one I remember not liking, like hard pass for me, was 17.
Yeah. From 12 to 18... we loved all those batches.
Except
you just didn't love batch 17. Other than that, I love this product line. It was my literal favorite product line from Buffalo Trace. Some of those batches even beat some of the George T. Stags from those years.
Wow.
But nowadays, I've kind of gravitated more towards the George T. Stag profile because it feels like these Stag Juniors are getting a little bit younger or a little bit harsher or just not as good.
Do you think they're not putting as quality whiskey in them now that they're not the juniors anymore?
Possibly, or it could just be my palate developing. So here's the thing about bourbon. It is ever changing, and also we as human beings are ever changing.
Yep.
You know, I don't like the same clothes or the same music I liked 10 years ago necessarily.
You do like a lot of the same music.
That's true.
But not the clothes.
Right.
I will vouch for that.
Style, taste, your favorite restaurants change over time.
Yeah.
Whiskey is a matter of taste. So it's a possibility that the product has changed, or it's a possibility we've changed. We're going to find out, and we're hypothesizing.
A little bit of both.
Possibly. But the hypothesis here is that the product has changed in quality over time. We'll find out if that's true or false. And we're going to find that out by tasting these and seeing if one stands out as being a much better... We're going to have a preference either way, but does one feel much better crafted than the other one, or are they kind of on par quality wise and we're just picking on preference?
Yes, and this is by no means a scientific study. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
And just for our knowledge, our general knowledge of like if your hypothesis is correct to us today.
Yeah. Now, I know Stag Junior and George T. Stag for that matter pretty well. It's the product line I lock in on the Buffalo Trace. Let's go ahead and smell both of them and see if one stands out as being quote unquote better on the nose. By better, we mean more well-crafted, more flavors, more nuance, all that stuff.
They kind of smell similar.
There's a little proof difference here, and I am getting a little bit more sharpness in glass too.
What's the proof difference? 5
proof points. So 2 point.
Can you tell me what the proofs are?
It's like 126 or 27 and 130 or so.
I just didn't know if we were dealing like with 120 and 115 or 127 and 130. Okay.
Yeah, I would say on the nose, not one of them stands out as being remarkably better than the other.
Yeah.
I would say glass one smells a little bit more cohesive.
Really?
Or less sharp, at least.
Really? I'm getting more sharpness on glass one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you mix them up?
No, I did them I put them in exactly the way order you told me to. Like, because Josh mixed these up and then he left the room and I put them in like their spots. So I did it exactly how you told me to. And I kept the pairs together.
Okay. To be fair, I'm not detecting a huge difference in quality on the nose.
No.
Let's get glass one on the palate. Cheers.
Also, I'm even covering the sticker with my finger so people can't pause and zoom in and see.
I wrote so small, you'd be hard pressed to see, but I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, you're going right into glass 2. Mm-hmm. Glass 1.
Ignore me.
So we kind of know we kind of know what you're going to get with Stag Junior. You're going to get some cherry. You're going to get some grape sometimes. You're going to get a lot of oak. You're going to get caramel, vanilla. The big part of the flavor profile is this kind of intense, gripping, punchy profile. And that's what Stag bourbon has always been about. It's always been a little bit of a, pull your hair, throw you around the room type of pour. Like it'll beat you up a little bit. It will. And
okay.
And I like that. Like I
didn't know you were that type of guy.
I'm just saying I like pours that stand out. To me, Stag is kind of like a really good metal song.
Okay.
Like it's aggressive, it's a little abrasive, but in a really nice, enjoyable way.
I have thoughts and opinions, and I have a conclusion. But I'm going to let you get to have your process. My process is different than Josh's. So
why don't you speak to your process?
He's letting me have my process. I'm letting him have his. My process.
Somebody in the comments asked the other day, said they would love to know what your process is because they may relate to it more than my process.
My process, Josh. Okay. Disclaimer.
My brain works slow. My small man brain works really slow. You
drink and do your process while I'm talking. Okay. This is buying you time. Okay. Josh is very logical in everything he does. Everything. And that's fun for him. So he is having a good time by doing that. That's something I've had to learn, that actually he enjoys it. Because to me, that seems not fun. My process is a little different than his. Because I feel like my whiskey memory is so short-lived, I do need to taste things fairly close together to kind of know which one I prefer. I'm not one to take a long time in between pours because I will forget what glass 1 tastes before I taste glass 2 if I do that. So my process, and I do this on barrel picks, is I will taste most of the glasses in succession pretty quickly after each other. And then I can quickly eliminate some, usually, unless they're all really good, and then I have a difficult time. So what you just witnessed here, if you were paying attention, or if you need to rewind it, you can. That's basically my process, just with 2 pours. I like to smell them back to back to see if there's any notable differences. Then I taste them back to back. And then I will kind of do a little back and forth and back if I have some questions. But then I pretty much trust my gut. Like I don't second guess myself. So for me, do you want me to tell you what I thought, or do you want me to wait?
I'm revisiting glass 1.
Okay.
But go ahead and talk about what you got.
So for me, I initially and not initially, I like glass 2 better, but I don't think they taste vastly different. I think they are similar versions of a similar thing. They're shades of the same painting, the same color, like if you were a monochrome outfit, because I like to think of things in like fashion terms because I'm a girl. If you were a monochrome outfit, like one is like this white top and the other one is like this cream sweater. They're the same thing, but kind of different. I do have a preference to glass 2.
Question. You have a preference to glass 2?
Because it seems a little darker.
Darker? Mm-hmm. How much more do you like it? A little bit? And it depends on the day?
Un petit. Yeah.
Is it, I like it a little more, but based on the day I could change? You think you would always like glass 2? Or is it like close but clear?
Let me answer that for you.
So I'm actually surprised at the results here. First pass, based on the nose, I actually thought, wow, these actually do feel remarkably cut from the same cloth. Go ahead.
No, finish your thought.
No, you want to answer the question, because I asked you a question a second ago. You got to answer.
I think for me, it will probably always be glass 2 because glass 1 seems a little bit sharp. Like, they seem similar. They seem like family members, but one seems a little bit more aggressive, and the other one's a little more chill and laid back. And I think I like the more chill and laid back. We're talking about high proof stuff, so take that with a grain of salt. I like high proof stuff. So when I say chill and laid back, I don't mean easy sipping or low proof. I mean, not a lot of sharp edges, well-rounded for the proof point that it is.
That's really interesting. So, for me, I don't know what I was saying before.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. glass 1 to me is my least preferred, and I think any day that I tried these, I would prefer glass 2 as well.
I think so, yeah.
I didn't get it when I was just originally smelling them, but once I went to glass 2 and really got it on the palate and went back to glass 1 on the nose and the palate, there was a little bit of breadiness there. Like, that's a weird note that I don't typically associate. I mean, you could say breadiness. You could almost say cardboard. There's like a cardboard type of note in glass 1.
I did not get that specific note, but...
In comparison to glass 2, it stands out, but only once I started with glass 2 and went back to glass 1.
Yeah.
It didn't stand out when I just started with glass 1. Glass 1 seems like the lesser glass. Now, I would assume, based on what I feel like my experience is non-blind, that glass 2 would be batch 16 and glass 1 would be batch 25A.
Yeah. I probably would agree with you, just based on what our assumptions are and the hypothesis with which we started.
Now, here's the thing. Glass 2 just has another level, another gear to it that glass 1 doesn't have. Once you drink glass 2 and you go back to glass 1 feels a little flat, a little sour. It feels just like something's missing. And then you go back to glass 2 and you drink it, and it has this atom bomb type of thing, like this delayed release, like it hits and then just halfway through the sip, halfway through the experience, it just hits a whole nother gear that encapsulates your palate. Just Jason C over at Mash and Drum, great channel, by the way. If you're watching us and not Jason, you should check Mash and Drum out.
Oh, he's way
better than us.
Better at whiskey than us. And also, he's a cool guy.
But he calls it flag on the play.
Okay.
Like, it's the late hit. Like the play's over, you're like, oh, the pour's done. And then all of a sudden, you know, you just get this other experience.
Yeah. Although, I will say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I want to, before I forget, because I almost just forgot.
Yeah.
If you haven't had glass 2, glass 1 seems very good. But it's in the comparison of the two that you realize that maybe glass 1 isn't quite as good as you thought. So if you never have glass 2, glass 1's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good, like, the way I've been thinking about this whole time, somebody called me out for using the roller coaster analogy too much, but I love roller coasters, and so this is the perfect analogy for me.
You know what? You do you, boo. This is your time to shine.
Glass 1 is when you visit a new amusement park and you ride a roller coaster and you're like, man, that was so fun. And then you go to another roller coaster in the park that's even better. It like more flips, more upside downs, more G-force, all this stuff. And you're like, oh man, this is the coaster of the park. And you know, if there were only the first coaster you rode, you'd be happy riding it. You would have
been 100% satisfied, happy, content, even elated.
Right. But now that you've experienced the second coaster, you don't want to go back to the first coaster that was only 80% as good as the second coaster.
It's like being married to you. I could never go to anyone else. Okay. You're the second coaster.
Okay.
Actually, you are my second husband, so.
Okay, yeah. Well,
the analogy fits.
Wow, we're just putting all our dirty laundry out there.
I mean, I'm not.
It's not your dirty laundry.
I'm not ashamed. It's fine. I'm divorced. You're divorced. We're both divorced. This is our second marriage. We love each other at the end.
Yeah. But, all right. Yeah. We didn't do it right the first time around, so we had to get it right the second time. And that's what Glass 2 feels like. Yeah. Glass 2 feels like a good second marriage.
I'm not ashamed. I love Jesus, but I also love you. And if you're not married to the right person.
That's hilarious. Glass 2 is
sometimes Jesus wants you to marry the right person.
All right. We think Glass 2 is batch 16.
I think so.
Based on the hypothesis.
But I would not be surprised if we're totally wrong.
I wouldn't either. Let's do the real. Glass 1 is 25A.
We're right.
And Glass 2 is 16. Yeah. So Stag Junior actually is getting worse.
Well, according to this entertainment tasting.
Right. And look, I mean,
and our opinions.
Similar fill levels on these bottles. They've been open about the same amount of time. I tried to keep as many variables as close as possible. And people say, oh, that bottle's been open longer, or there's less whiskey, whatever. I tried to keep the variables close. So I could have matched proof up a little closer with other batches, but these had the closest fill levels and open dates and all that stuff. So it's all part of it. I think I'm going to always hold that batch 12, and I never got to experience Stag Junior before batch 12. If you have samples, I would love to talk to you.
Hit us up at stuffandwhiskey at gmail.com.
We're also trying to get a Stag bourbon barrel pick. I don't know how well this video is going to work for us.
I didn't know we were trying to do that.
Well, we are. We're part of the Sazerac Barrel Select program, and we have points and all that stuff. And we're trying. This is the number one bottle on my list.
What?
Yeah, we're trying.
I did not know this.
But if you want to get other barrel picks from us, you can do so in the video description below. Linked at the very top. Our Patreon community is how you get plugged in. You can support the channel for $1 a month, get some behind the scenes live stream stuff. $5 a month gets you into our Discord where people are helping people, talking whiskey all day long. And then our $10 and up a month is our barrel club. Now, a lot of our picks do make it down past the barrel club, but
not all.
Some of the more desirable picks, like if we got a Stag pick, I can guarantee you it's not going past the barrel club. So you got to be in the barrel club to get some of the more desirable picks. We've got some turkey picks coming up, probably right around the time this video releases. If they haven't already dropped, it's sold out. But you can get all that down in Patreon, linked in the video description below. But I brought that up for some reason. I distracted myself with Patreon. I was talking about Stag.
You are a rare breed
Man,
of human.
So I will hold that 12 to 18 batch range of Stag
in
Junior
high regard.
In very high regard. It does feel like it is a bit of a shadow of itself, and this backed it up. Now, tasting 25A first, I'm glad it was set up.
It is good.
Yeah. It is good.
It is objectively good to me and objectively good to you.
Man.
But I think in comparison, it wasn't as good.
Here's what I'll say. If you came into bourbon past like 2021, 2022, and you never tried batch 18 or any of the batches before that, you owe it to yourself to try to find an earlier batch and try to get a sample.
A sample or a
swap.
A friend who could give you a little portion of theirs or something like that.
Find a bar that has it on the bar. You can try it because these older batches are killer. The newer batches are still very good.
Yeah.
The personal anecdote was we had a friend, and the way I got deep nerdy into bourbon was we had a friend, your friend's husband was a barrel pick manager of a local store. I would go in and I would just ask him questions like, hey, what about this?
Yeah.
And he loved to take bottles out of my hand and just go to the back and bring me things. So I was reading about barrel proof bourbon. I took him a bottle of Rare Breed, and we love Rare Breed. And I said,
we still do.
I said, hey, Miles, Rare Breed. I hear people say this is a really great barrel proof bourbon. I've never had barrel proof bourbon before. I'd had Booker's, but I didn't realize it was barrel proof bourbon. That's how green that I was back then. I said, I've never had barrel proof bourbon before. Is this a good one? And he goes, I'll be right back. And he went to the back, came out with a box, and he said, this is what you want. Take it to the register. And I just walked to the register and look, I just trusted him.
You trusted him.
So,
I remember I was with you this time.
No, you weren't. You were home.
No, I remember we were together when he gave us the box. And she checked us out, and we just went to the...
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he did that several times.
And we got the Midwinters...
No, this wasn't that time.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I got this time was Stag.
Oh, okay.
I checked out. I didn't even look at what was in the box until I got home. There's no crotch shots. We're not crotch shot people. There's none of that on our Discord. It's actually against the rules. It's an unspoken rule. No crotch shots on our Discord. So if you want to go to a place that's safe from crotch shots, come over to our Discord through Patreon down there in the video description. But I drove all the way home. I opened the box, and I saw the little antlers on top, and I knew exactly what that meant. And it was batch 14.
Oh, okay.
130.2 proof, I believe.
Okay.
I think the GTS that year was 130.4, and I think batch 14 was 130.2.
Okay.
I see it. I'm like, oh, man. So, all right, we got batch 14. I remember I was pouring it, and at that point, like, 100 proof was high proof for us. Mm-hmm. So I started pouring it, and you're like, I want to try it too. And I was like, okay, I'll pour you some. And I actually got my phone out to record you because I thought 130 proof was literally going to melt your face.
Blow my face off, yeah.
I thought you were going to...
I was going to be like...
Yeah, I thought your head was going to explode.
But little did you know, I'm a strong, independent woman who can drink high proof whiskey. And you don't need no man.
And you did this.
But I want you.
You go...
That's how I do.
That's pretty good. And I'm recording you, and I'm like, wait, that's it? Like, this was before we ever had a channel or anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it? Like, there's no, like... I was like, let me taste that. And I tasted it, and I was like, oh, this is what flavor is. This is what Guy Fieri means when he says Flavor Town.
Yeah.
This exists in bourbon.
I think for me, looking back on this, and thank you for sticking with us if you're still here, I think that just goes to the show, like, I've always loved just balanced pours, even if it's high proof, because that was very high proof, and I was not, like, before we started our channel, I very rarely drank whiskey. Like, I had some whiskey, and especially, as previously mentioned, I'm divorced. I was dating. I would drink whiskey cocktails when I was out on dates to impress guys, because then they're like, "Oh, hey, a girl who drinks whiskey."
And you had Bullet Rye, which is 90 proof, on your bar at home.
Bullet Rye was kind of like my go-to.
And Victor's Rye, which was like 80-something proof.
Yeah. But that just goes to show that even at a high proof, when something is balanced,
well made,
and there are no sharp edges, you might be surprised with how high of proof you could tolerate, especially if you're someone who doesn't know or only drinks 100 proof or only drinks below 100 proof. When things are balanced and not sharp, you might be able to drink higher proof than you think, because it was really good. The
trick is just to take baby sips like it's hot coffee. You can't be doing shots of high proof whiskey.
You're not shooting.
This isn't a shooter.
High proof whiskey. No way.
No. All right. This was fun. We have rambled. We're just hanging out. We're talking.
Yeah.
We're chilling. That's what we do here.
We are
subscribe
kind of
if you like it. If you don't, then don't. But
yeah, it's free content. You don't have to subscribe, or you don't have
money
to
back guarantee on our content here on YouTube. You don't like it, get your money back. All right. We done? All right.
Sorry, I'm drinking some more batch 16. But thank you guys so much for watching our video today. Be good to each other, and until next time, cheers.
Cheers. I would mix these, but I don't want to taint batch 16 with 25A.
It's funny, though, because glass 1 was really good when I first tried it. And then I tried glass 2, and I was like, I think I like this better. And then I went back to verify, and I did.
I've had some time while we're talking, and I'm tasting batch 25A again. And it's good. Like, it's good.
It is good, and I'm not going to say it's not good.
You said something about a painting earlier, and you were like...
Painting?
Yeah. And I think, like, batch 16 is, like, the original painting, and batch 25A is like, the poster of the painting that's been commercialized.